Alright, what is going on, guys? HC Jammers here, back with another Street Fighter 5 video. And in today's video we're going to be going back to our 7 colored bomber, R.Mika, and we're going to be focusing on somewhere that she prefers to have everybody, or really likes to have everybody, which is in the corner, her preferable position. I mean, what Mika player does not like to have their opponents trapped in the corner or marshal them in the corner? Because that's where Mika excels, that's where she thrives, and that's where you can really accentuate her tool set and show what Mika's really about and get everyone complaining about her 24/7. But yes, more specifically in this video, we're going to be looking at I don't know, meaty setups, beneficial situations that Mika gets from air reset after the passion press, the forward medium punch, the Irish whip, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be looking at different situations, beneficial ones that Mika can get from those. And everybody, it's something that's mandatory for Mika's gameplay, and there's a plethora of things you can actually do, but I've got noted down 4 examples here which we're going to be showing in the video, and I'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, that's going to be the main focus on this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's just double check my buttons are all good to go and we can go in and do this properly. So yeah, like I said, so first of all, let's just get this out of the way because some people will know, some people won't know. So the passion press is basically like that. It causes a wall bounce. Now, back in season 1, this was really good. You could get the wall bounce mid-screen and it was really potent, really prevalent. But, you know, due to the amount of complaints that, you know, from the community, Capcom decided to remove that. So the wall bounce only occurs in the corner now, and it's rightfully so. It's a fair change. I mean, having it mid-screen was really fun and beneficial, but it was too good considering that the mileage we could get from that situation. It was too good. So yeah, forward medium punch causes the wall bounce, and then when you like connect to normal, you get the air reset, and you know this, etc, etc. This is mandatory basic stuff, fundamental Mika stuff. But Mika and fundamentals in the same sentence. Why did I say that? Let's say, yeah, like I said, today we're going to be looking at 4 different examples, and I'll put them on your screens right now. So we're going to be looking at stand hard punch air reset. We're going to be looking at the crouching medium punch air reset. We're going to be looking at standing medium punch air reset, and we're going to be looking at the non-charge version of drop kick, the non-charge stand hard kick. Some of you may be questioning like, why the hell is that there? But yeah, it's there for good reason. It's more of a gimmicky thing, but it's there for good reasons, and we'll get onto that in the video later on. I'm going to try and keep this as concise as I can be, but it could be around 20 minutes, it could be longer, but you guys have been warned. Alright, so let's jump straight into this. So first things first, I'll probably zoom in on the frame data part for Mika on the top left side of your screen as well, so you can get a closer look as to what the frame data actually means, or because the frame data disappears so quickly, people just miss it, and it's very small when you're watching it on a regular screen. So I'll make sure to zoom in on that as well. So yeah, first things first, when Mika does this situation, gets the wall bounce and goes into stand hard punch, it leaves her at +2 frame advantage. Now, in this situation, if you've been playing Street Fighter 5 from season 1 up until now, you know that +2 frame advantage is a very common occurrence in the game, and it's really conducive to grapplers because they can implement their throw game against everyone in the cast. Because if I was to do, if I was to press like a button that was +2 or do something that's +2, and my opponent decides to do a reversal button, i.e. Balrog, or maybe even a wake up button, and it was a 3-frame button, my throw, because of the priority system in the game, my throw will out prioritize their normal and beat them. And that's why +2 situations are very good for grapplers, because they can implement a really strong, potent throw game there. But yeah, so what does going for stand hard punch, the air reset, and being at +2 mean for Mika? What mileage does she get from that, jammers? Well, let us get onto that right now. So when she does do this, right, when she does the stand hard punch, she can input a throw. Once the stand hard punch is fully recovered, you go for a throw, and this should be classed as an automatic meaty throw. Now, one thing to remember about throws in the game is they got an increase in active frames. So they went from 2 active frames last season to 3 active frames this season. This was a new change that came in Street Fighter 5 Season 3 Arcade Edition. So they got 3 frames active. Well, they are active for 3 frames. Sorry, my tongue got twisted there. So when you do that, you'll get the meaty throw. Now, don't take my word for gospel for this. I believe the throw actually connects on the latter active frames, when I get it right, because this time it can be a bit iffy. But yeah, the throw connects on the latter active frames. Therefore, it's like you won't have to worry about a reversal button coming out from Balrog or any other opponent that decides to do a button. So they'll have to defend or try and escape via neutral jumping, jumping forward, or backdashing. But in that situation, you can go for a regular throw, and Mika's throws, they're not as prevalent as they were before, her regular throws, but you know, it does 140 damage, 200 stun, so they're very good in terms of closing out the round, and that's a situation where you would definitely go for a regular throw to close out the round there, or even get the stun. Now, if Balrog was to jump and try and escape, you could definitely punish him for doing so. So if you do that, you can catch him there, get the air reset, do something like that. So yeah, you get the general gist of it. Even if they try to escape, going for that throw, oh, I'm going to mistime this one, there we go, yeah. Get that throw, go for the medium punch, yeah, you can get something like that. So the regular throw in that situation is the safest option because least risk, and I wouldn't say it's the biggest reward. It's not definitely not the biggest reward. It's a decent, semi-decent reward, and you can definitely react to the jump. Even if the opponent jumped forward, you can go for the crouching medium punch anti-air, or if that doesn't reach, you might be able to trick guard them with a rainbow typhoon and swing them back in the corner. So that'll be pretty interesting stuff there. Also as well, you can go for a manually timed command grab, because since it's +2, like I said, you can implement a throw game and your command grab will prioritize a reversal button. But this is more risky because command grab's got an increase of recovery frames, so if the opponent did jump on neutral jump or jump forward, they can get a fat punish on you, so you have to be very careful in that aspect. So when you do go for this situation and you want to go for a throw, I urge people to go for a regular throw. It's still really good and something to work with, and you're still in a very decent position. The opponent's still in the corner, you're just not right next to them or in their face. So the other things she can do in this situation as well, this is my favorite thing. Again, I'll zoom in on the screen so you guys can see it. She can actually get a meaty standing light punch. So when she does this, standing light punch, right, this button here, it goes from, oh sorry, it is a 4-frame button and it's +4 on hit, but in this situation the stand light punch actually connects on the second active frame, because I believe it's 2 active frames, so it connects on the last active frame, so it changes the frame data slightly, and it makes the stand light punch +5 on hits, and I believe it will become +4 on block, which I'll show shortly. Or no, it comes +3 on block, which I'll show shortly. But this is what the situation should look like if you get it meaty. So if I do that, so as you can see, the standing light punch is connecting or linking into the stand medium punch, which is just pretty good. So when you do that, oops, mistimed it there. So when you do that, you can get a EX shooting peach. I done it right the first 2 times and flop the second 2 times. Now I'm just flopping across all over the place. God damn it. 1. There we go. So you get the EX peach there. Or if you're really confident and you actually see the hit confirmed with no meter, you can get the heavy shooting peach when I get this right. 1. Oh, come on. Do this, Mika. Do this for me. There we go. No, I flopped it again. Oh, this might take a while, guys. And then 1. There we go. So I've got the heavy shooting peach there. So you can do something like that. That's pretty interesting. On block, I believe, like I said, it should be +3. So that means you should be able to... Whoops. When I get it right. There we go. Yeah, so it's +3. So you can still do the stand light punch, stand medium punch frame trap. But then, even then, you'll be able to get a brimstone. I don't think you'll be in range of a regular throw. Your command throws will work, but I don't think your regular throws will, because you'll be too far. Yeah, you'll be too far out of range, but you should be able to get a light brimstone, an EX brimstone, EX rainbow typhoon for definite. But what that means from going from +2 to +3, because that's a very significant change, you'll get like a true tick throw, so you won't really have to worry about manually time or sight delaying anything, or because you'll literally out prioritize everything, because your grabs would go from 3 frames in that situation to a 2-frame grab. So yeah, that generally becomes a 2-frame grab, and that's pretty powerful. If I do that, yeah, it is Rainbow Typhoon. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good situation when you go for the meaty stand light punch, and the meaty stand light punch actually stops people from jumping away. So you want to keep that in mind as well. But the safest thing to do in that situation will probably be the stand light punch into the stand medium punch frame trap, because if they do try to jump, then you just clip them and get the link. So if I show that really quickly, get the jump. So hopefully I can get this right. 1, oops, no. This is going to be a flop. Alright, there we go. One. There you go. So you stop them. You stop them from jumping, and then you get the confirm however you want to confirm it. But hopefully that makes sense there. Alright, so the next thing we're going to be moving on to is the crouching medium punch stuff from this. So what we do again is, instead of doing stand hard punch, we'll do stand medium punch. Or crouching medium punch, sorry. Now with crouching medium punch, you're actually left at +3 frame advantage. And that's really, really good. Because in this situation here, the example I'm going to show you is you can actually go for a meaty stand light kick. And when you do that, you can connect a couple of light attacks afterwards when I get it right. There you go. So you can get 3 light attacks. Now the reason I've got Balrog here is because on other characters, I'll leave the actual specifics in the description below. On other characters, you can only do meaty stand light kick into one stand light punch. But on Balrog and a few other characters, you can actually link another one, so it becomes 3 light attacks instead of 2. And then you get the confirm into shooting Peach there. Now, when you do get that meaty stand light kick is, I believe it's 3 active frames. It is normally +2 on hit, but it'll go from +2 to +4. That's what's allowing that combo to link. And it will go from +1 to +3 on block. Again, all this frame there, I'll apply and try and zoom it in so you guys can see it. So you can get that link there and then confirm into light shooting Peach or EX shooting Peach. Whatever one you want to pick when I get this right. And then 1. There you go. Oops, didn't link it there. That's really bad of me. And then 1. There you go. So you get the EX shooting Peach there. Or you can even do, you can go and do this combo instead. 1, 2, 3. There you go. But you need the 1 bar for that because if you try and do the light shooting Peach after the crouching jab, you'll be too far for the actual light shooting Peach to link. I like so. Yeah, light shooting Peach won't link, so you have to have the 1 bar. So it's probably better if you go for the meaty stand light kick into the stand light punch follow up, and then get the shooting Peaches there. But that's a really good situation, and I urge people to go for that one instead. You can go for throws as well, because you got a little bit more frame data to work with. Regular throw or command throw, take your pick, but the regular throw is less risky. On block, when you get the after first attack, like I said, I believe you are left at +3 frame advantage. Yes, you are. But this is going to take a little bit of timing. You have to manually time this one, I think, because it's a bit awkward. And if you do get this wrong, you might go back to the original frame data, which is +1 on block. But you definitely want the +3 version. And with that, you're actually left in the opponent's face because stand light kick doesn't generate that much block stun. And it doesn't generate that much pushback, so you're actually left right next to the opponent in kissing distance, so you'll be able to get any sort of grab. It's brimstone, regular brimstone. If you can get heavy brimstone, you should be able to get any grab. Yeah, okay, so you can get any grab. That's completely fine. So yeah, you can just actually pick. You've got a plethora of options there on offense, so you just got to take your pick and do things wisely there. So that's mainly that part there, but the combo I showed you before is very specific to certain characters. Like I said, the description below will be filled with the specifics, so we can definitely move on from that one. But yeah, stand hard punch will leave you at +2 frame advantage after the air reset. Crouching medium punch will leave you at +3 frame advantage after the air reset. So those are very good situations for Mika and grapplers in general, but obviously this is focusing on Mika's air reset situations. But the next one we're going to be going into is one that's seldom used, but I decided to put it in there because it's actually pretty decent in terms of frame data, and we're going to be using the air reset from standing medium punch. Now, stand medium punch leaves you at +8 frame advantage, and that's a lot of frame advantage. But notice as well, when you hit stand medium punch, normally you're at +8 anyway. Now, this shares the same situation as stand hard punch as I showed before, because stand hard punch normally is +2 on hit, but when you air reset for them, it's +2 on hit. But because the opponents get an air reset, they're considered airborne from the wall bounce, and their air reset, the situation's slightly different, and you get a few more things, a few more tools to work with, if that makes sense. That was a very roundabout way of explaining it. But what you can do from this stand medium punch air reset, you can actually go for a meaty forward fierce of meaty Lady Mika, because what will happen is, in this situation, because Lady Mika is 10 frames to start, which for heavy attack, that's pretty long. Well, that's all right, I guess. But it'll go from a 10 frame attack to a 2 frame attack because you recover 8 frames faster than the opponent. So what that means is if Balrog decided to do a reversal button, he would get crush counted in this situation. And because it's Lady Mika, when that hits, it decides to launch. If he tried to escape any other way, he'd get clipped, I'd get the air reset, and I'd get to do my air or my basic B&B into stun, etc, etc there. Now, that's what you get on hit. On block, I believe, oh no, sorry. On block, I think it's +4. Yes, it is. So it goes from +3 to +4. And it's alright. I guess it's alright. There's not much you can do off of Lady Mika anyway, but it's still decent. Because what that means is you'll be able to, because after Lady Mika anyway, you get a choice between stand beating punch or EX Rainbow Typhoon. That's your usual choices here. But in this situation, you might be able to get away with doing a stand hard punch because that's a 7 frame startup move, and that's actually pretty decent for a heavy attack. It'll go from a 7 frame startup to a 3 frame startup. So if the opponent did try to do a reversal button, you can hit stand hard punch, and I'm going to put it to block after first attack. Yeah, I've got B trigger too, so I'm just thinking off the top of my head. It's going to be like an impromptu sequence. You might be able to do something like this. So 1, 2, yeah. And that will all count as like a string because he can't press a button, and obviously Balrog hasn't got a true invincible reversal outside of critical art. So if anyone did have an invincible reversal, they'll just blow through your forward hard punch straight away, so they wouldn't have to care about it. That's if they're going to risk it. But you want to do something like 1, 2, yeah, something like that. That all works. That was unscripted. I don't really know, but I'll have to work on that later. But you can do something like that from that situation as well. But as you can see in these situations, the frame data is changing. It's slightly differing depending on the normal that you're going to be using. Obviously, some normals recover faster than others, so give you better frame advantage. But yeah, hopefully you guys are getting the idea from that. So yeah, and also let's not forget, if you do that and become +4 from this situation, actually let me restart that. If you do become +4 with the meaty forward hard punch, be careful with doing Rainbow Typhoon, because if you try to do it to the normal timing, the EX command grab will whiff, and this is because you're too plus in this situation. I guess another way of explaining it is you'll be like too drunk on power. That's probably a bad analogy, but hopefully you get the idea. It's because you're 2+, you're taking advantage of it. You're taking too much advantage of it, and therefore that can leave you in a bad spot, and the opponent can get a fat punish. Because like I said before, to reiterate, command grabs have got extra recovery frames in the game, so that they will just get a fat punish on you, and we don't want that happening. So you'll have to slightly delay the command grab, abuse the frame advantage you got there. You can slightly delay the command grab because you recover 4 frames faster than your opponent in that situation. So yeah, don't worry too much, abuse that frame advantage. You might be able to, no, okay, you won't be able to do that. You might be able to micro walk, do a brimstone, but I'll have to work on that a little bit later there. But yeah, that covers those 3 things there. Now the last thing I said in the example before, let me take it off after first attack. Yeah, the last example I said from before was the non-charged version of stand hard kick. Now when you do it from this situation, so this actually leaves you at +1. I was recently working on this one because I was actually very surprised at the frame data it actually gave you, because people, or Mika players, tend to do this quite a bit in matches, more so online than offline. But this is a gimmick because this usually happens when people have just been stunned, they've been caught off guard, and you want to end the round with a command grab. But I say it's pseudo legit because of the +1 situation. Now Balrog is our example here. He's got a 3 frame button, so if I was to do this and go for a command grab, it wouldn't actually work, because if he intended to go for that reversal stand light kick, he'd actually beat out my command grab. So in that situation, you can't really go for throws. You have to bank on the opponent being super scared of anything that's happening. So in this situation here, theoretically, you could only go for a crouching light kick, because if you went for a 4 frame button here and he went for his 3 frame, it would trade, but your crouching light punch would beat his because it would just come out faster. Now even when you do the slightly charged drop kick as well, to make the opponent, or to trick the opponent to thinking, oh, he's going to do a fully charged drop kick, you're still left at the same frame advantage, which is +1. So no matter what you do, whether it's the non-charged one or the slightly charged non-charged drop kick, or sorry, the slightly charged drop kick, you're +1. If you were to do the fully charged one, it's a combo. The opponent floats when this comes out. Yeah. If they float, it comes out, it's whatever, so you won't get that little gimmick there. But I'm leaving this in there or showing you guys this because it's not as legit as some people may think, and I definitely know Mika's opponents don't look into that when they're training against her because they might think it's totally legit, but it isn't. You can press a button there, that's if Mika doesn't do the crouching light punch to stop you, and even then this is a very weak follow-up, like 102 damage, that's a very weak follow-up, so people got to keep an eye out for that one there. But yeah, it's pseudo legit, it's a gimmick, so just watch out for it, keep that, or bear that in mind. But yeah, that's essentially it with the examples I want to show you. Damn, this is longer than 20 minutes. I do apologize for that. Apologies for my poor execution at some points in the video. But yeah, that's essentially it. Hopefully you guys have learned something and found this insightful. Like I said, there's a plethora of things you can do with this in the corner. You can even go for like a crouch and medium kick, you'll be at +5. I believe you go for a stand medium kick, you'll be at +4. But with those situations there, you have to manually time things a lot more because of the huge frame advantage you have. So you won't be able to really capitalize a certain situation. I feel +2 and +3 situations are the most beneficial for Mika because that's when she can really mix things up between a light attack, a regular throw, and a command throw. So like I said, probably the stand hard punch and the crouch and medium punch stuff are probably the most beneficial ones. And obviously you've seen the regular scenarios before, the crouch forward hard punch, air reset with crouch medium punch. But again, that's another situation we have to manually time things. I'm just giving you guys a myriad of options to work with, so you guys go in the lab and go, oh yeah, this is pretty cool, I might work with this and do this in the future. But yeah, hopefully this has made sense for you guys. I'll leave the my more in-depth notes in the description below because I did make notes prior to this video, and these are my own notes, so I'm going to leave them in the description for you guys to browse through and see which ones you can work with. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand, and that's going to be the end of the video. Bit of a long one, so I do apologize. I did go on a tangent at times. But yeah, my following social media outlets are in the description below, my Twitter and my Twitch. If you want to give me a follow on those, you're more than welcome to. If you've watched this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel before and you want to subscribe, again, that subscribe button's down there. I'm not forcing you. If you don't subscribe, it's not the end of the world. But guys, leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and leave a comment if you got any questions or you just want to talk about this video in general. But this has been your boy HC Jammers. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next Street Fighter 5 videos. Until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.